It's a fact. 2 out of 3 Americans who qualify for Medicare do not receive all the benefits they deserve. Now, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield introduces a free Medicare plan checkup to make sure you receive all the benefits you qualify for in 2022. Call 1-800-878-5180 today and receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium. Benefits like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. And to help you stay healthy at home, you can have free prescription drug delivery, online doctor visits 24/7, and free exercise classes. You can even receive money towards over-the-counter health items. Call 1-800-878-5180 today and feel confident you have all the benefits you deserve for 2022. You can receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. Call 1-800-878-5180 for your free Medicare plan checkup.
Explore, compare, and find your car at mancars.com.
Man, what a deal.
Hi, good evening. Glad you're with us. I'm ABC 36 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Andrews. Here's what we're looking at. The winter storm moving. It's already upon us to some extent and continues to advance. Here's where the cold front is at this point. Backside, you've got the cold and wintry precipitation. All right, out ahead of it, still on the milder side. Here's a closer shot. You see we've had rain throughout the day today, moderate to heavy at times. It's been fairly steady. We've had some breaks, all right? An ice storm warning. All this area in the purple you see. A winter storm warning more to the east and the south, and further south at this point, a flood watch due to all the rain that we expect. All right, I want to break down the timeline here when I expect which form of precipitation and how much. That's coming up in just a bit.
Now at 6, timing is one of the things we will be looking at as Mother Nature gives us some of the worst she has to offer in the coming days.
Plus, those roads expected to be treacherous as a result of the storms. We've got some tips on how to drive safely from AAA. That is, if you have to be out on the roads.
And since we do have ice, snow, and bitter cold on the way, there's going to be accidents, unfortunately. We're going to talk to a tow truck driver who's expecting to be very busy in the coming days.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome in. I'm Tom Kenny.
And I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. Governor Beshear declaring a state of emergency today as Kentucky braces for that incoming ice storm. Some of the impacts could last several days. More on that in just a moment.
But first, we want to get back with our chief meteorologist, Jeff Andrews. Again, he's been looking at the timing of the changeover from the rain to the ice. But remember, then we get snow on top of that, and then bitter cold temperatures. All the details now in our top story tonight at 6.
Rain continues to fall. Moderate Lexington. It's 46 right now, 48 in Frankfort. You get the general idea. Temperatures, not too bad. That's least of our concerns at this point. All right, 50 in Hazard. All right, here's where we're headed. Not a big change as far as the temperatures. Once we get going in the day tomorrow, you see the big drop-off will be in the 30s in some spots when we get into the morning. We're kind of peaking after midnight, then it's going to start diving in the afternoon. The changeover to in the precipitation form, really, that's what we're looking at here. That's our biggest concern, the timing of that and what it's going to be. An ice storm warning, all the area in the purple, the potential of a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of freezing rain is possible with this, all right? There are some pockets. In fact, I looked at one little area here that could see maybe 3/4 of an inch of ice accumulation too. We're watching very closely. The point is, this is debilitating that we're looking at here. The power outages, the tree limbs down, things of that nature. And as far as travel, do not really, unless you have to. Winter storm warning, that's the area in the pink that you see. More in the along the lines of snowfall expected with that, all right? 7 a.m. till early afternoon is in the form of rain. We start transitioning in the afternoon drive time tomorrow, one to avoid. I'll look at that closer coming up.
Well, we do have that mess on the way. The good thing is we know that it's coming, and you do the best you can to get ready for it, and state leaders are doing the same across Kentucky.
State leaders joining the governor today as they talked about that prediction of a 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of ice, just like Jeff was talking about. Emergency Management Director Michael Dossett says if it all pans out, that will be debilitating. Remember, just 1/2 an inch of ice could knock out power for several days. Lexington saw that back in 2003. That was the city's worst ice storm, where more than 90,000 people lost power, some for more than a week. State leaders say that also means roads are likely to be treacherous, and many people all across the state could very well be without power, making this an extremely dangerous weather event.
If everything holds to where it is right now, this is the real deal. It is dangerous. People need to be prepared and need to be prepared, especially to stay off the roads tomorrow and potentially be ready to deal with this emergency for the next several days.
Now, Governor Beshear says first responders and law enforcement, they're trying to do everything they can to get prepared for the weather to make sure they're able to respond to those emergencies quickly. Again, that means staying off the roads unless travel is absolutely necessary. To help with that, state offices will be closed tomorrow to keep people home. However, for those who do need to be out on the road, AAA is sharing some tips to keep you safe.
ABC 36's Danielle Seda has more from AAA to try to keep you safe and prevent accidents, and emergency crews won't have to respond to them.
With severe winter weather in Kentucky's forecast, state leaders are encouraging people to stay home.
If you don't have to travel, please stay off of the roadways, whether it be a local roadway, a highway, or an interstate. Frankly, this will be a life-threatening event.
The governor declaring a state of emergency Wednesday in anticipation of a major winter storm expected to hit the state Wednesday night through Friday morning.
It begins with rain, and then it steadily changes to freezing rain and ice with snow on top.
While ice remains the biggest concerning factor, the ongoing rain means pre-treatment on the roads likely won't help.
It's a lot more difficult in this situation because rain melts the salt.
For those who must travel, like essential workers or in the event of an emergency, AAA in Lexington has some advice.
You have to take the weather and the elements into account, because if you don't, you're going to pay for it. And in a lot of cases, you're not the only one.
According to Fleet Manager Jed Bowles, that means not speeding, one of the major causes of accidents. Another factor in crashes, distracted driving.
Avoid texting, touching the radio, things like that could be distractions that are already an issue when you're driving. It's 10 times more likely to cause an accident when you've got ice on the roads.
There's many people who aren't good at multitasking. And when we have bad weather like this, your car isn't great at it either.
Bowles says another common mistake people make is trying to brake and turn at the same time, which can lead to your tires losing traction. Instead, gently brake first, then turn the wheel in its original position before accelerating. Also, increase your following distance to 8 seconds. Some simple tips AAA says could save your life and help keep others around you safe. In Lexington, Danielle Seda, ABC 36 News.
Something else that you could really use over the next few days is one of these. This is one of those charging devices. You charge it, and then you can charge anything that has a USB port to it.
That's right. Cell phones, iPads, anything you need to.
Because you may be losing power over the next few days. So if you can get one of these, you can get them at hardware stores, electronics stores. They're in a lot of places. Prices range, they vary, but maybe around $60 or so you can get one of them. This one in particular, you can even charge your car.
Pretty amazing.
You can jumpstart. So just something that you may be looking at over the next few days. Also, what you're going to be seeing over the next few days are a lot of busy tow trucks, because as we know, the travel is going to be treacherous, in some cases impossible.
ABC 36's Maddie McQueen is looking into that for us. She joins us now live from a tow truck company in Lexington with more on what they're expecting with the storm. Maddie?
Yeah, here at Bluegrass Towing, they say that ice storms like what we're about to see tomorrow can increase their call volume exponentially. Truck drivers say depending on the time of day, they can get hundreds of calls for vehicles needing towed, and it's no easy job. According to the towing company, even their equipment can freeze, which makes it hard to respond quickly. Couple that with the difficult driving conditions, and tow truck drivers say the job can get pretty dangerous.
It's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous job. We're kind of just looked over mainly. Nobody really pays attention. There's just so many distracted drivers out on these roads that they're too worried about their phones.
Bluegrass Towing says if you need to make a grocery or a gas run, do it now before the roads ice over. They remind drivers if you're out when the roads get slick, slow down and drive carefully. Live in Lexington, Maddie McQueen, ABC 36 News.
Some good tips. Give them plenty of room out there. Thank you, Maddie. Well, as a result of storm predictions in our area, Fayette County Public Schools announcing an NTI Day Thursday. One of already dozens of schools, businesses, and organizations already announcing changes for tomorrow. I want to give you a live look now at our ABC 36 Snow Watch page. Several listings there for closings and delays. You can see them all on your screen right now. They are on our website. All you have to do is go to WTVQ.com, then click on the weather tab at the top and scroll down to Snow Watch. You can find the latest listings there, and they're always updated for you. Now for a look at the pandemic here in Kentucky. Today, the state reporting just over 7,400 new cases of the virus, more than 2,000 of those in children. There were also 21 new virus-related deaths today. The total number of people who have now died from the pandemic since the beginning of it, approaching 13,000. The state says that positivity rate is down slightly, coming in at 26.78% today. And in Lexington, the health department reporting nearly 1,000 new cases today. That 7-day rolling average, now 846 new cases per day. According to the health department, there was one new virus-related death reported in Lexington. The total death toll in the city, now 505.
Kentuckians have already in this young new year faced a lot of issues. We've had plenty of bad weather with more to come, and we're still in the midst of the pandemic.
Coming up, we'll hear from state leaders as they share their plans to continue Kentucky's economic development and growth.
Okay, we're going to look closer at our winter weather advisories, specifically an ice storm warning and also the winter storm warning when we return.
Kroger delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
A lot of firms out there are not allowed to do tax planning. Their mother company won't allow them to even engage or actually even talk about tax planning. The deeper we got into it, we're like, how can you not do tax planning when you're talking about investments? So we had to become a fiduciary firm to go out on our own. Once we became our own firm, we decided that tax planning was going to play a key instrument in the overall planning that Family Wealth Group does. This is one of the areas that makes us really different from a lot of your firms.
I'm Appliance Pro. We'll help you make your kitchen chef ready.
Appliance Pro's inventory blowout sale continues now through the end of the month. This is the perfect time to update your home's kitchen. Come in now for the best selection on top quality GE refrigerators, washers and dryers, ovens, ranges, dishwashers, and more. We're locally owned and operated and located at 2320 Fortune Drive in Lexington. The inventory blowout sale till the end of the month. Don't miss it.
We open them and pour them out. Hearts are important, and we at Cleveland Clinic put all of ours into treating the most complex heart cases.
The passion they had, the confidence, knowing they could fix me was second to none. I should have come long before.
For every diagnosis, for every heart, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic. If you've been diagnosed with a heart condition, call 833-856-CARE.
Kentucky Lottery's Cash Pop Draw game. One number wins it every 4 minutes. Choose your numbers from 1 to 15. The more numbers you play, the better your odds. The more you wager, the more you can win. Play Cash Pop. Maybe your lucky number will pop up.
At Kroger, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
All right, here's a live look at Lexington right now. The rain continues to come down. We get little breaks here and there. It's 46, dew point 43. It's air saturated for the most part, really. Let's go with that. 14-mile-an-hour winds out of the south right now. Rain continues. Heavy at times tonight, tomorrow, probably into the afternoon hours as well. The rain, I don't want to discount that. That obviously is an issue because we have some flood advisories in place, some flood alerts. We transition to freezing rain. That's probably number one concern right now. The potential for ice accumulation starts in the afternoon. It's going to take a second before it affects the roadways for the most part because the water somewhat holds it at bay. It has to factor in the water temperature, the standing water that's on the ground. It somewhat dilutes it, I guess. That's a short answer to that. The transition later on includes a possibility of some the mix. The snow possibility, more than likely it's going to be snow on the back end of this for pretty much everybody to some extent. All right, an ice storm warning in place. All this area in the purple, what factors into that part of the criteria is a potential for ice accumulation 1/4 to 1/2 inch. That's what we're looking at. And there are actually some pockets, too, where it could be a little bit higher. That's really hard to pinpoint. We can't rule it out. Isolated, 3/4 inch ice accumulation potential here. Winter storm warning in all this area here as well. And then further south, that's where the flood watch is in place right now. It's going to shift a little bit. I've kind of discounted the snow a little bit. It's down the priority level here a little bit, but we're looking at the potential of 1 inch or 2, mainly Frankfurt and north and south of that. 1 inch, maybe a little bit more Lexington and further south on top of all this. All right, here's where the front is right now, the cold front. Extending southwest to northeast, advancing. We have all the rain in front of it. And the milder temperatures, the closer shot. We're still in the upper 40s, Lexington. On the backside, you get it. It's cold, all right? Tomorrow morning into the afternoon, it's primarily rain north to south. That's the transition line. Freezing rain works its way in the afternoon, and it starts to really impact the roadways, I think, in Lexington when we get towards that afternoon drive time. So that's one really to avoid. That's one thing I'm really zeroing in on. The roads are going to be worse in the evening, but more people are going to be on the roads at that time. That only makes sense, right? Tomorrow morning, we should be above freezing. We will be. This is a look at the 7, 8 o'clock hour. Still around 40 degrees for the most part. Here's where the wintry mix is at that point. You see how it shifts further south and to the east as we get a little later on. This is the noon hour. Mild, heavy rainfall at that point to the south. And then as we get into the early evening hours, you see, well, this is actually later in the afternoon rather, you see we're at 30 degrees in Lexington at that point. On the warm side, still in the 40s and 50s, the wintry mix at that point. All right, the air temperature, 30 degrees towards 10 o'clock, 26 rather for Lexington. All right, the temperatures aloft are going to be a lot warmer too, thus that adds another wrinkle into this as well. All right, pulling together for your 7-day forecast. 43 tomorrow, the potential for the freezing rain, the ice accumulation afternoon and evening. We drop back behind that system later on Thursday night into Friday. We're going to bottom out low 20s on Friday morning and 29 the high, so don't expect any kind of real melting on Friday. Saturday, about 32 for the high, and Sunday we rebound up to around 40 with mostly sunny skies.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
If you suffer from depression and juggle medications that don't seem to work, you may be a candidate for ketamine. The physicians at the Bluegrass Ketamine Center treat their patients with intravenous doses of ketamine that produce robust and rapid antidepressant effects within just a few hours after the first treatment. Side effects associated with traditional antidepressants, such as lack of libido, weight gain, dry mouth, and insomnia, are not associated with ketamine. Ketamine provides rapid, real relief. To see if ketamine is right for you, contact the Bluegrass Ketamine Center today.
Right now at Rally's, you can get 2 cheesy bacon cheddar crisps for just $4. So if you think saving money means sacrificing things like twice the seasoned beef, twice the melty cheddar, twice the diced onions, and twice the real bacon, then you don't know Rally's. It's a deal we can't keep our hands off. That's 2 flavor-filled bacon cheddar crisps for just $4. Get rallies delivered through our rewards app.
Por más de 95 años, los hospitales Shriners para niños han ayudado a brindar esperanza a niños como Gael, sin importar la capacidad de pago que tengan. Para aprender más, visite amorshriners.org.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 6.
Today, judge executives from all across the state got together to talk about issues and opportunities each county is facing, especially after the tornadoes in western Kentucky, the ongoing winter weather, and the pandemic as well.
ABC 36's Annie Brown went to the County Judge Executive Association Winter Conference being held in Lexington. She talked to Eastern and Central Kentucky county leaders about their efforts to improve economic development.
Kentucky has the second lowest workforce participation rate in the country, according to Agriculture Commissioner Dr. Ryan Quarles. It has county leaders looking to create economic development in their communities as the pandemic continues.
The biggest challenge would be facing Prairie County right now is is trying to keep our young people working, trying to create jobs and opportunities for them, and keep them going.
Menifee County working on bringing job opportunities to the community, particularly remote work, as the county relies economically on tourism.
For me, that's the number one thing that can help to create economic development in Menifee County is the tourism industry. When you have the Cave Run Lake on one side and you have the Red River Gorge on the other, you have to work out ways to use those to your advantage.
Another issue still facing many Kentucky counties, broadband. In Harrison County, unemployment is the lowest it's been in years, and population size is growing, being close to Scott County, the fastest growing county in Kentucky. But quality broadband remains an issue in the area. The county says it plans to use some of its American Rescue Plan Act funding to expand and improve broadband.
Through the schools being shut down because of COVID, is the need for rural broadband. Our county is listed as covered by broadband. However, a lot of areas are underserved. They're not, and a few are unserved.
Kentucky received $3.77 billion in ARPA funding, and some counties plan to use these dollars to continue economic development. In Lexington, Annie Brown, ABC 36 News.
All right, thank you, Annie. Hey, there's something to be said about timing, right? The basketball Cats hoping to beat the Storm to get their home game in tonight against Vandy.
Cats are going to try to make it 12 in a row over the Commodores. We'll have a game preview next.
Got my hair, got my head, got my brains, got my ears, got my heart, got my soul, got my mouth.
For skin that never holds you back, don't settle for silver. Number 1 for diabetic dry skin. Number 1 for psoriasis symptom relief. And number 1 for eczema symptom relief. Gold Bond, championing your skin.
I was sitting at a red light, and this guy's looking at his phone instead of where he's going. Bam! He rear ends me. I need a lawyer, and I need one who thinks my case is important, not another file in the pile. I called the Kentucky Courage Lawyers at 855 Wildcat, and they got me a settlement even better than I had hoped.
After a car or big truck wreck, call the lawyers with Kentucky Courage.
Call 855 Wildcat, Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Tonight, the 5th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats will aim to complete a season sweep of the Vanderbilt Commodores at Rupp Arena. The Dores haven't won a game against the Cats since 2016. And as long as UK finds a way to shut down the Dores' leading scorer, Scottie Pippen Jr., the Cats should win in a dominant fashion. UK has one of the top offenses in the country. They're averaging over 80 points a game, and according to KenPom.com, they rank 4th in offensive efficiency. Coach Coleman was asked what he attributes this team's success to, and he says it's their undeniable chemistry.
You got to have your locker room won before you can win basketball games. And so we've won the locker room piece. Our guys all like each other. They like being around each other. They like competing against each other. They like seeing each other celebrate each other, right? And so I think that because of that, our practices are competitive. These guys all like each other. These guys are pushing each other.
Tonight's game will tip off at 7 and will air on the SEC network. Meanwhile, the Eastern Kentucky men's and women's team will hit the court tomorrow. Both teams will face Kennesaw State. However, the impending ice storm has affected EKU's schedule. The women's game has been moved up from 5 to 2 p.m. and the men's game has been moved from 7:30 to 5. Both teams looking to rebound from their losses against Stetson on Saturday. That's all for sports. I'm Sarah Cardona.
You're invited to come be our guest this Sunday at Southland. For service times and campus locations, head over to our website at southland.church.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, that moment when we see a patient smile is everything to us. So whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we're here to help you. Go ahead and smile.
Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
As ride-sharing services become more popular, so do wrecks involving them. So what happens if you get in an accident with a rideshare driver? What if you're a passenger in a rideshare vehicle that gets in a wreck? These ride-sharing cases can be complex. But at Isaacs & Isaacs, we have the people, the experience, and the resources to take on any kind of rideshare case. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
One call, that's all.
Call 800-800-8888.
Are your windows drafty, broken, or your energy bills on the rise? Champion is here to help. It's replacement window season, and we're celebrating with buy 2 windows, get 2 free. At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. Ouch! Well, by wearing a small device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers. Here's what actual U.S. Med customers had to say.
We were paying out of pocket for other supplies. Now Medicare is paying. What a big help. U.S. Med is great.
Make this free call to U.S. Med so you can learn how to get your own continuous glucose monitor.
Over the years, people have asked me, how did your firm get so big? The answer is simple. We won a lot. In this business, you grow by winning. As America's largest injury law firm, we have more lawyers than any other injury firm. Morgan & Morgan.
They remind us of the wonder of living and the power of quiet moments that put life into focus. The mountains are calling. Plan your next memory at Gatlinburg.com.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor. It's time we take a step forward, come together,
and discover
how accepting our differences can make us stronger.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 6.
New restaurants coming to Lexington from the team behind the post-apocalyptic zombie TV show, The Walking Dead. Good timing.
Yes, indeed, yes. And this is going to be good news to all those Walking Dead fans out there. According to a report in the Lexington Herald-Leader, it's going to be called Nick and Norman's. It's going to go in the old home of the West Main Crafting Company on Main Street downtown. The owners of the restaurant include the Walking Dead series star Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl Dixon, special effects artist Greg Nicotero, and Cynthiana native Robert Kirkman. He's the co-creator of the comic book series that The Walking Dead's based on. This will be the third restaurant location. One is in Georgia, where they shoot The Walking Dead. The other is in Chattanooga. The one in Lexington is going to be different. It's going to feature a Southern American plate-style menu, a full bar, also a live music stage in the restaurant as well. It's expected to open in April.
All right, here's your Kentucky Lottery Scratcher forecast. We're not winning the lottery, at least at this point. Temperatures, upper 30s, low 40s, status quo tonight. Rain heavy at times. Really for the start of your day tomorrow, 43 is where we're going to max out. Temperatures start falling in the afternoon hours, 100% chance of precipitation then on Friday. All right, it's very cold on the backside. All right, here's how it looks as we look at your day tomorrow as we start the day out in the 40s. And that line of pink, the wintry mix is going to start shifting. So keep weather aware, keep safe.
Definitely plan ahead as well. Thanks, Jeff. World News Tonight with David Muir is up next.